I've had several conversations lately about how we define and set up projects according to the GTD methodology. Because of that, I asked David Allen, our resident productivity guru, to talk a little bit about that. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Before we get to David Allen's thoughts, have you checked out my online and on demand course, Pathway to Productivity and Better Time Management? I've been studying productivity for many, many years, and that's actually what got me to getting things done. I put everything that I've learned and tried into this course. It has elements of GTD, but goes way beyond that. I share ideas on a wide range of things that will make you more productive. Find out more at daveedwardsmedia.com and click on courses. So here's the question I often get. Someone asked if when they set up a project, should they define all of the next actions it will take to complete that project from the very beginning? In other words, when you write down a project like buy a new car, do you put down all of the next actions that you will start today until the day that you drive off the dealer's lot with your new wheels? My answer was, well, if you can think of all of them, we'll write them down. But after I made that point, another viewer challenged me, saying that David Allen's book, Getting Things Done, makes it clear that you should only write down the first action that you will need to take to finish the project. Well, frankly, that got me thinking if I was right or not. I mean, I can think of things that I'll need to do to buy that car, from researching different models to arranging financing to a test drive. Should I write them all down? But the one action item actually sounded appealing. So I went to the source, David Allen. I hate to admit this to you, David, but sometimes when I look at a big project, I can easily come up with the next action. But then I want to write out the whole list of next actions that will take me to the conclusion of the project. And then I start trying to perfect that list, and I get kind of tied up in that deep process.
Forget it. The next action will define the next action.
Right.
Your planning process is really defining components. You're not, I'm going to call Fred, then I'm going to call Sue. No, call Fred, then see what happens. You might then decide not to call Sue. Right? Call Fred, see what happens based upon this thing you want to create. We need to create a draft of this. I call Fred, he can't do it. He's on vacation or whatever. Okay, what's next? But you have create draft. So creating the components, of a project is project planning. And that you need to do as much as you need to do so you feel comfortable that I could keep control of this thing. And then look across all the components and say, what are the moving parts right now that we actually could have a next action about?
Mm-hmm. Why didn't they teach us all this in school?
I have no idea.
So David says one next action will lead to another. What do you think? Leave a comment below or email me at daveedwards@outlook.com. I guess this reminds me of something that I read on the GTD website about how once we have a next action for a project or multiple next actions for multiple projects, we should sort them by context. Sorting next actions by context, not by project, can initially seem awkward. Some people are used to having multiple files, piles, notebooks, documents, and spreadsheets related to a project with next actions for the project buried among all that information. Next action lists don't replace project plans. We would just call that data project support. In our experience, it rarely works to have current next actions stored with project support for day-to-day action management. Hey, in case you don't already know, I chat with GTD author David Allen on a fairly regular basis. Don't miss any of our conversations. Subscribe to the channel below. I'd really appreciate it.